Hi, nice to meet you. My
Okay.
name is James. I'm an admissions executive at Raffles American School.
Okay. 저는 안젤라입니다. So, shall we start?
All right, so Raffles American School, we're a learning community. When you join our school, you become part of our learning community. And we're a really tight-knit school. We have a very strong parents organization, Raffles Parents for Education, who have frequent meetings with the superintendent and other faculty so that they can discuss things about the school, future events, or any concerns that they have. So we're located in Iskandar Puteri. We're about 15 minutes from the Singapore border. The area is up and coming. There's lots of residential areas, really nice apartments to live in, just about 5 or 10 minutes away. And like I said, very close to Singapore. We have some Singaporean students that come every morning and go home every evening. We have transportation all around Johor as well. So our campus is very modern. It was designed by SAM. SAM is an architecture firm that actually designed the Dubai Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, and also One World Trade Center in New York City, and Hudson Yards in New York City as well. Very modern, sleek design. So the design utilizes a lot of natural lighting, natural airflow, so it's energy efficient, and also it's very nice for students because they're not under artificial light. They're getting exposure to fresh air at all times, but they're not getting exposed to the elements like rain and sunshine directly on them. So one of the unique features of our school is our planetarium. We're the only K through 12 school in Southeast Asia that has a planetarium. So this is usually one of the number one favorite aspects of our school when parents come to visit. It seats up to 50 people and it's used for science classes. And it's used from elementary all the way to high school. Elementary school, it's more to get them interested in science and space. High school, it actually has applications for their curriculum so they can have some more hands-on experience with maybe some of the topics that they have in their classes. So it's a really great tool for science. Performing arts is really big in our school. We have an 800-seat auditorium. That's where we have our musical or play, which is put on every year. We also have a black box performance theater, which is specifically for dance performance art. And we also have music, choir, and dance studios for either clubs or class activities. So our classrooms are very modern. Our class sizes max out at 22 students, usually around 18 students in a class. We have a discussion about splitting that class so we don't have any problems with going over that maximum of 22. There's big windows in all the classrooms. There's very minimal artificial light. So kids are constantly getting natural lighting and that helps with their concentration. They're also air conditioned at all times whenever they're being used by students or faculty, and they're equipped with Wi-Fi and modern projectors, anything that you would expect in a modern day classroom. And with, of course, an emphasis on reading in the elementary school. There's a reading corner in every elementary school class. So our library is an open concept library for the most part. It's 3 floors. In the upper floors, they have study rooms and reading rooms. So elementary school kids that maybe want a little quieter area to read, they can go there. And older students in middle school and high school, they can go up there and do group projects or just self-study in a quiet, secluded area, but still supervised. And one of the key aspects of our library is that parents and students can both check books out. So if there's a book that maybe you want your son or daughter to read and they keep forgetting to get it, you can just go to school yourself and check the book out yourself and bring it home and, you know, have them read that. So that's one of the better aspects of our library. And there's about a 50 book to per student ratio. So 50 books per student that we have enrolled. And that's growing every semester as we get more books. So our cafeteria, all our meals are prepared in-house. Nothing is pre-made and sent to us. We make everything from scratch. We have real chefs, full kitchen staff, and every day student is entitled to 1 meal, lunchtime, and 2 snacks per day. So a morning snack and an afternoon snack. Boarding students, they get the full 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, including the other 2 snacks, the morning snack and the afternoon snack. And this is included in tuition. So if your child has a big appetite, you don't have to worry about spending lots on them. So our gymnasiums, we have two gymnasiums. One is a single size gym, just a regular size gym, and another one is a double gym, so it's twice the size. That's the gym that we use for our sporting events, and it's very, very large, yeah. And they're fully air conditioned, so you don't have to worry about your kids getting overheated or anything like that. They'll always be comfortable in PE class. And one of the most interesting aspects of our gyms are the floating floor designs. Our floors have some space between them. The design is actually from Germany, and we imported this floor design from Germany. And it's actually got a little springiness to it. So when maybe somebody falls down, they're less likely to get hurt. It's actually easier on the joints. So when kids are running around on there, it's easier on their knees and ankles. So sports and activities are huge at our school. We have 4 playgrounds spread throughout the school. We have a stadium with a full track around it and a field. We have 2 soccer fields, multiple tennis courts, basketball courts, as well as a baseball diamond, which is not very common in Asia, to say the least. So for anybody who's a fan of baseball, your kid can play baseball at our school. We also have a rock climbing wall, as you saw in the video. The rock climbing wall is used for after school activities as well as, in PE classes sometimes. And we have certified rock climbing instructors, so you don't have to worry about safety. And we're constantly monitoring the safety going on there. There's multiple teachers, not just one. We also have an Olympic-sized swimming pool, which is used by the older students, and a smaller training pool for the younger students that maybe aren't as confident as swimmers or just not at the age level appropriate for a deep end school or deep end pool. And we also have a martial arts gym. This is for Taekwondo, Wushu, lots of different martial arts that students can participate in. So our boarding facilities, so we offer boarding to students 12 years and up. We have a boarding capacity of about 500 students, but at the moment we have around 75 to 80 students in our boarding, so there's lots of space. And at this time, there's options for single occupancy and double occupancy. So they can have some space, or they can have a friend stay with them as well. Boarders are constantly monitored. There's security cameras all around the boarding. The genders are separated by the different floors. So the boys can't access the girls' floors, girls can't access the boys' floors, they're separate. The only time that boys and girls are in the same room is in the ground floor communal area, which is, of course, fully staffed with teachers, teaching assistants, and boarding staff. So here's some of the recreational activities in boarding, board games, pool, ping pong, there's reading areas, there's musical instruments for them to use, lots of different things, and also a small shop that they can buy snacks in. So American style education. So we are actually accredited by the Western Association of Schools and Colleges, as they're known as WASC. So this accreditation means that we are a fully accredited American school, which means that if your child graduates from our high school program, they will get a diploma that is equivalent to a diploma they would get if they graduated in the US. There's no difference at all, just the location, but the diploma itself has every bit of value. We have highly qualified educators. Majority of our teachers are from the United States and United States educated. Teachers that aren't from the US are from Western countries and also educated in Western countries. We follow the American school calendar year, which means that instead of our year starting in January, like Malaysian schools, our school starts in August. And one of the key aspects of American education, I know this was mentioned before, but AP courses, these are the college level courses that high school students can take. And these college level courses can actually turn out to give them college credit. So if your child takes 1, 2, 3 of these AP courses, they can start university with some university credit already on their record. So it's really helpful. And also we offer the SAT exam. So our school is broken down into 3 sub-schools. We have the elementary school, which is pre-kindergarten to 5th grade, the middle school, which is 6th grade to 8th grade, and the high school, which is 9th grade to 12th grade. So what is an American style education? So it's student-centered learning, right? Focusing on students, not the teacher. Inquiry-based instruction. This means that it's not just a lecture where teachers are talking at students and students are just taking notes and just told to memorize things. No, it's more of a collaborative effort. Teachers guide students into finding the solution to problems, not so much just told to memorize that solution. It's an emphasis on holistic development, developing children wholly and in a natural way and not trying to force them by saying you have to get this grade to be at this level, right? It's all about developing children in a more natural and compassionate way. There's continuous evaluation throughout their semester. They're constantly being evaluated, not only on academics, but also soft skills like personal communication and organization skills. So we really want to focus on preparing students for work, maybe back in their home country or even abroad. I mean, they're being exposed to so many different cultures with the different students in our school. So we really want to focus on creating global citizens, people that are open-minded, that can understand and navigate cultural differences and just be a respectful and accepting person. So general learning outcomes, as we call them, GLOs. So these are soft skills that students are assessed on, and it shows up on the report card just as their math grade or science grade would show up. So the 4 GLOs that I'm going to talk about are problem solving and thinking skills, organization and research skills, communication skills, character and interpersonal skills. So problem solving and thinking skills. This is about thinking analytically, right? Questioning themselves, questioning others, looking at ideas and information objectively and reflectively, right? Removing your opinion from the situation and thinking about it in a logical and fair way. And taking responsible risks, trying new things, being creative in your problem solving, not just doing things one way, trying to find different solutions to the same problem and seeing which one is better. Organization and research skills, this kind of goes without saying, being organized, right? Being able to research properly, finding legitimate sources, not just going on YouTube and someone says this, and using that as your primary source, right? Using real academic sources, being precise and understanding what your project entails and making a high quality product. Communication skills, this is of course very essential for kids to develop. Displaying and presentation skills, right? Being able to present something in front of multiple people, present ideas in a logical and confident way. Demonstrate collaborative communication skills, being able to work in a group setting, right, and talk amongst each other without, taking too much time or not talking enough and not giving your full voice. And learn how to effectively communicate cross-culturally, right? Like how to respectfully discuss a subject with something or about something that maybe someone isn't comfortable with or maybe uncomfortable in their culture. And character and interpersonal skills. So this is making appropriate choices to maintain your physical health and emotional health, right? The importance of nutrition, the importance of mental health, being able to talk about our problems and admit when we need help, right? And not bottling everything up. Working effectively in group situations, being able to resolve conflict that you might have in those group situations and demonstrate compassion, helping people out that maybe don't understand what's going on and giving people roles that focus on their strengths. So our English immersion program, we call it the EIP program. This is an intensive English program for beginner students. This is for students that wouldn't pass English assessment to get them into the mainstream program, which means that they just don't have the academic language that they need to understand their teacher or the subject matter in their classes. So English relating to core subjects, math vocabulary, science vocabulary, history vocabulary, right? So they're learning these terms and understanding these terms so that when they are ready and they have the fluency appropriate for the mainstream program, they can enter and be successful, right? So this is offered from 3rd grade to 10th grade. And 3rd grade starts at age 8, so just so you know. So English language learning, ELL. So we offer English language support to all English language learning students, right? So any students that have English as a second language, they will be monitored by the ELL staff, and we basically just track their progress, make sure that they are progressing in all areas of their English fluency. If there's any problems, then we address those. And if there are no more problems and they're basically fluent, then they kind of graduate from this ELL support and become independent in the mainstream program. So this is offered from kindergarten to 11th grade, and kindergarten starts at the age of 5. So co-curricular activities, we call them CCAs. These are the after-school kind of programs that we offer that develops the whole child, not just academics, but also emotion, social, moral, athletic development, promoting creativity, enthusiasm, allowing students to, pursue passions that maybe they don't get to involve themselves with in their regular academic courses, and focusing on teamwork, right? A lot of inter-student relations. So some of the activities include drama, art, music, sports, crafts, martial arts, languages, many different opportunities for students to explore. They change every semester, so maybe first semester they do swimming, and then the next semester they do chess, right? Things are constantly changing. We're always trying to offer something new for students to try. These are fully supervised, and most of them are included in the tuition. The ones that aren't included in tuition are the courses that we offer that are taught by outside educators. Say there's a Taekwondo instructor that we need to hire to teach Taekwondo properly. There is a small added cost to that so that we can provide that experience for students. So the Raffles Raptors, this is our organized sports team. We have football, basketball, rugby, tennis, and swim team, and more. We compete with other international schools and travel around Malaysia, visiting those schools to have competition, and schools come to our school to visit. I don't know how things are going to be going forward with the COVID-19, but as soon as things are okay by the government and okay by health standards and school standards, then I'm sure this will resume, no problem. So here's some pictures of our Raptors, the tennis team and basketball teams. So our school calendar. So our school calendar is broken down into 2 semesters, and in one semester there are 2 terms, so 4 terms total. So the first semester starts August 3rd this summer, and the second semester starts January 11th in 2021. And so we encourage students to join in the beginning of first semester, but we do have rolling admissions, so students can join anytime. It doesn't matter, basically, as long as they have all the documents in place and all their things completed in their home country, then they can come join us at any time. So how do you join Raffles American School? So first you submit an application via Open Apply on our website. After you do that, you have to fulfill the requirements, which means submitting documents and giving us some information so we can learn more about your child and build up their record. We have an admissions evaluation, we'll have an interview and a screening, and then we'll notify you of your application status. And we'll work with you through all these different processes. So fee structure. Angela, do you want to take over from here?
네, 안녕하세요. 안젤라입니다. 지금 이 파트 부분서부터는 제가 조금 설명을 해드릴 건데요. 그동안 이제 듣기 평가하느라고 조금 힘드셨을 거라고 생각을 합니다. 그 앞에 부분 궁금하신 거 있으시면은 또 Q&A 섹션에서 질문을 해 주시고요. 저희가 이제 그 앞서 말씀드린 것처럼 저희 학교도 이제 탑 3에 속하는 학비로 따지면은 이렇게 속하는 학교입니다. 일단 킨더서부터 4학년 중심으로 말씀드리면은 저희가 어플리케이션 피가 있고요. 이거는 인터뷰 비용이에요. 그 다음에 여기 학비만 간략하게 말씀드리도록 하겠습니다. 학비는 킨더서부터 4학년까지는 67,800 링깃입니다. 그리고 이 학비 안에는 저희가 식비가 포함되어져 있고요. 그 다음에 아까 질문 주신 것처럼 그 CCA, 그러니까 방과 후 활동에 90% 정도가 포함되어져 있습니다. 저희 학교는 킨더 같은 경우는 30개에서 40개 정도의 방과 후가 개설되어져 있고 세컨더리 같은 경우는 60개에서 70개 정도의 방과 후가 개설되어져 있습니다. 그 다음에 보딩 학비 말씀드릴게요. 이제 James, could you show me the boarding fee, please? 예. 저희가 보딩 피를 말씀드리면은 보딩은 두 가지로 나누어져 있어요. 방을 혼자 차지하고 쓸 경우와 다른 친구와 2명이서 쉐어를 할 경우입니다. 기본적으로는 1인 2인 1실이 기본이고요. 그래서 친구와 나누어서 쓸 경우에는 1년에 42,500 링깃, 방 하나를 본인이 혼자 쓸 경우에는 47,500 링깃입니다. 그리고 보딩 디파짓에는 2,500 링깃이 있습니다. 그리고 옆에 보시듯이 음식과 세탁비가 당연히 다 포함되어져 있고 그 다음에 일주일 이상 학교가 닫을 경우에는 이제 보딩도 이제 나가야지 됩니다. 그럴 무슨 얘기냐면은 여름방학, 겨울방학에는 이제 보딩이 운영하지 않는다는 말입니다. Okay, just James, I think I'm done.
All right. Well, thank you for going through our presentation with us, and we're looking forward to the Q&A and any kind of questions you have outside of this event. So thank you so much.